just so that he can try and get additional value from the Earth Knight. By moving it down, he can ensure that he'll be able to remove both the Fire Drake and the Dragon Knight if that's the case without this dying. But in reality, what's more than likely going to happen is TakeItBoy is going to trade in his Grave Knight with the Earth Knight. Oh, or Madness can happen again.
Madness is going to force probably the Grave Knight to move up and engage with the War Cow. Paladin coming out as well for Nalka's side. The stolen one off the baptism not so long ago.
All right.
War Cow, of course, buffing the rest of the board here a little bit. Fire Drake.
But it's not really relevant because the Earth Knight kills them both anyway.
Correct.
TakeItBoy isn't going to be having any fire spells, so this is just a 2/4.
But he does have a Norabon. Holy.
And he gets a Grave Knight, and he gets a 4/4. Oh, wait. What?
Yeah, the Phantom Horse in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. He gets a Frost Lich too, which is actually pretty good too. It generates a card.
And now doing some appropriate tomb removal with their Dragon Knight and the Fire Drake. If you can't kill off the Earth Knight, you might as well kill off what could potentially be used against you.
Yeah. It's tomb raiding time.
Yes, sir. As we know that Nalka is the one with the Tombstone inclusion here, so we can assume Corpse Explosion back in the deck.
Absolutely. Especially since he doesn't know what's being played. That's Cleave?
That
I didn't
is
know
Cleave.
that thing was Cleave.
Yep.
Wait a second.
Dwarf Paladin does have a built-in Cleave. It does remove the Norabon and the Frost Lich. We do get the spell, though, from the Frost Lich, so not the end of the world. Earth Knight is already engaged. Grave Knight popping out, producing 2 more zombies.
There's a lot more bigger units this game than the last few.
Certainly. Pinging the Grave Knight to make a trade with Nalka's Grave Knight more unfavorable here. Fire drinking into the zombie. Grave Knight unsure of what to do.
He may move his Grave Knight up to take out the zombie if he's trying to value trade. Oh, he drained lives. That's pretty sweet, actually.
Castle
He's
damage.
hitting face. Very interesting.
And a
He's
Witch
valuing
Doctor.
that face damage.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
The preemptive ping on the Grave Knight is interesting. It means he's anticipating that the 2 Grave Knights are going to be traded, and one of them is going to be left at 2. Which means... Yep. Yep. Oh, the Witch Doctor.
Well, let's see how Nalka decides to follow up. Pinging the Witch Doctor for 1.
Okay.
Seems like a weird call to make.
A little bit.
Throw it back to TakeItBoy. 8 gold unspent.
Wow. And a practically full hand.
Yep.
He's just saying, I have a lot of things to do, but
I don't really
This
feel
board
like it right now.
this board isn't worth my time.
Pinging the Tombstone out of the way for Phantom Horse to move in. 4 more damage into Nalka's castle. Grave Knight.
Grave Knight number 5.
Depot
Drawing
hit.
a card. Very
Okay.
good. Very nice.
Keep your resources up.
I mean, both of them have some pretty intense hands, but of course, they're still negotiating.
Of course.
We're not even halfway through the game yet.
As End of Days hits the board on Nalka's side here, giving Take It some potential tempo. Oh.
There
Oh.
we go. Unfortunately, there were some smaller units, but they're still gonna do some work.
Not bad. Not bad.
It's not so negligible that they can just ignore it. And hey, the Cleave. It's gonna
Yep.
do some work against some tombstones.
Absolutely.
Shiva hitting the board. Kind of an awkward position for TakeItBoy.
Yep. The Shiva has once again proven to be just the menace of the town. Menace of the series, feels like.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Drain life.
Drain life. Okay.
Alright.
I
Not
see.
bad.
Yeah. Swinging into face, bringing Nalka down to a pitiful 20.
19!
19, you're right. My bad.
Holy.
I'm actually surprised he left the tombstone.
I don't think he could have reached it, could he?
With the ping.
Oh, potentially right there. I wasn't keeping track of if we used Dracula's castle.
Yeah, that's how he got down to 19. He was at 20.
Oh, you're right. You're right. As now back
All good.
into Nalka's saddle. Priest coming in here, healing up the castle. It's a nice way to do that now.
Curse of Death. All right. Also giving information on what's in TakeItBoy's hand.
Could be quite effective there at figuring out what exactly is left in the hand. What might differences be between the two decks as well?
Frostlich. It's the board. And he goes for the ping there. Bringing it down to 3 health so he can clean up on the next turn.
Correct.
He does sort of have to expect he's going to be taking a little bit of damage here. Going face is probably the reasonable play, because that's a lot of wasted damage if it swings into a 2/2. Tunnel collapse. All right, he gets 2 dwarves.
Seems like it. I forget some of the recent changes to Tunnel Collapse here. And 2 random items to the bottom of your deck. So he's got some spell support down there as well, prolonging his deck size.
All right. And then he swung into face. Wait, did he?
He did.
Wasn't he at 19? No, he'd used the priest. Okay, yep. He swung into face. Bring him down to 17. Nalka's up now. Both of them still have very large hands. TakeItBoy slightly in the lead. It looks like he's more in the lead, but the truth is, we're seeing 2 control decks facing off against each other.
Exactly that.
Witch Doctor hits the board, keeping the Frost Lich safe. Interesting.
And Witch Doctor now the response from Nalka. I think this is the second one he's thrown, right? Might be a little off in that math, but
I've seen so many Witch Doctors today.
They all blend. They all feel the same.
Yeah, kind of. They do. They do.
I'm going mad.
I'm thinking that TakeItBoy actually didn't think of the tombstone that was about to drop there. I think he was planning to remove the Frost Lich.
Believe so. Winds here, freezing the Frost Lich in place up top. Another Tunnel Collapse, adding 2 more dwarves. And 2 more items.
Deadeye.
Deadeyes. Okay. Alright.
Got to remove it next turn. I don't know if that was correct, because like he could have used the ping on the castle, and then on the next turn ping something else and then play the Deadeye. Wait, is this the one that deals 1 damage? No, I thought it was the one that deals 1 to all.
Great White Shot is the injured one.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, Deadeye is just generically anything, so
makes sense. I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
And as we see here, now a Genevieve for Nalka. I'm going to clear out a lot of what's going on. We're hitting John. Whoa!
Baptism. There we go. That's a big baptism.
That's a huge baptism turn. Taking a Genevieve away from your opponent is destructive.
In the middle lane. We can expect the sniper to just die here.
Yep. Priest taking out the
and
Deadeye.
Of course, the cow goes as well.
A little unfortunate there. We do have the ping for the Earth Knight if we choose to take it in that direction. I don't know if Joan is going to be the next turn that we play.
I think so.
Frostwatch
That's
clearing out
very
tombstones.
interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Flame Knight
Flame Knight
into
into
Reaper.
Reaper. Ah, it's because he wanted the position. The thing is, this is a lot of stuff on the board, bringing Nalka down to 4 cards. TakeItBoy is probably also running End of Day.
There it is!
End of Days. Yep.
End of Days, a huge cleanup.
I think there was too much stuff that Nalka went a little too far in there. I think he should have held on to 1 more card. But it's not the end of the world yet. It's
no,
fine.
certainly not. I think that might be a little overconfidence from the fact that we just haven't seen anyone else play End of Days, I think, except for or against Nalka specifically. So Nalka not getting used to the End of Days on the receiving end.
Grave Knight on the board now. All right.
Not bad.
Ping right off the bat. He's playing it quite defensively, even though he's technically ahead. He's opting to prevent the Angel of War from hitting face, whereas he's actually giving Nalka the opportunity to take the supply depot. Yeah, I think, well, alright. I think positioning it up just 1 tile would have been fine if you're going to play it defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Frog Prince hits the board, getting his card draw tool available there. I believe Frog Prince is when it takes damage.
Yep.
And I believe Dracula's Castle actually can deal damage to anything, not just enemies.
Yeah, it's a straight deal 1 damage, so.
So it's essentially converting your Dracula's Castle into draw.
Huh?
What?
We did what now?
Oh, he's drawing it. Wait, what?
No.
Oh, he wants to deck him.
Is that it?
That has to be it.
5 cards left in Nalka's deck.
Yep. And 11 left in TakeItBoy's.
Oh, okay.
This is a decking game. And we just didn't know it yet.
We couldn't see the line, but Take It saw the line before us. That's why he's in the driver's seat, not us.
That's right.
Earth Knight coming out here, healing up the castle. Now, of course, the Grave Knight Madness hits into the Angel of War.
It's a pretty rough trade.
And now with Take It dealing with a lot more on the board here, the Angel of War and the new Earth Knight feels like a bit of a
Double
climb.
shattering? No. Just single.
We never have the double, do we? Lucian. All right, hello.
That's less common. Definitely less common.
I'm not seeing Lucian all day. Lucian able to give the knights +2/+2. We have to imagine there might be some in Take Its hand.
The positioning we're seeing here looks very much like something that would prevent a swordsman, but he could just use an Earth Knight into the 5/3 and then swordsman through. Though I don't know if actually there is a swordsman. This is a guess.
It looks like Earth Knight hitting into the Lucian.
With the ping. Interesting. I thought that was frostbitten. What?
No, it's the next turn, yeah.
No,
oh,
no.
dispelled.
No.
Dispelled.
Dispelled. Yes, dispelled.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't see it.
Could that be a turning point here? Witch Doctor in the back.
There's still End of Days. There's still solutions. This is the decking game.
End of Days. You were right. End of Days.
Yep. Screams. That could be.
How do we have a play for that?
Oh, he can just play stuff. It doesn't matter. Cemetery. Yep. That does it.
Nice. All right.
He didn't move the
Dracula. No, I don't think he's expecting me to live.
But why? He's definitely gonna live.
Well, no, the Dracula isn't. That was the point.
Oh, yes. You're right. You're right.
He was like, why am I
No,
moving this? They're not going to live, so...
that's true. That's true.
And maybe didn't want the tombstone
I believe
hanging around.
Nalka is down to what? 2 cards left in deck, and
Without screams.
yes, but he still has some pressure. So
Yes.
TakeItBoy still does need to answer it. And with Dracula's Castle, where you can't just put a peasant down, right?
No, the damage is the trade-off for being able to summon peasants.
Yeah.
So once Nalka loses his hand, he can't
Oh.
summon peasants. That's just going to be it.
There's another Grave Knight.
Grave Knight, I think, has to be the play here to fend off this Shiva.
Of course.
Shiva looks like it might be making a connection here. Yep, Grave Knight killing off. And of course, the damage from Shiva kills and trades with the Grave Knight.
Only 1 card left in Nalka's deck. He's got to find something to finish the game here.
Yep, without screams, his big game ender is gone, so he has to kind of rethink his direction.
Wait, what?
Did he pull screams off of a depot?
Oh, God.
There's no shot. You've got to be kidding me. The depot pull was Screams of the Fallen.
Yeah. He's gonna have to find.
Paladin. Oh,
I don't believe that's enough.
No,
but I actually don't
it's
know.
not.
Let me see this. It's 34 damage, so he needs 19. This is 9. No, he's
This is
4 damage. He's at -4. Oh no, wait.
That's-
There's a tombstone. No, he's still at minus. He's at exactly 0.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh no, he's at -1. He was at -1. Nalka takes the win here, going to the longest possible series ever.
Oh, oh. It
was a good game?
It was a good game. So painful under the stolen screams, but oh my god.
Yeah, it is something. It is quite something.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be maybe another answer to screams.
Dissipate being an answer. I don't think
There's nothing else, and it's not really an answer. It's a delay, right?
it's a delay. Yeah, there's no. I don't think there's a card currently in the game that shuts down spells because how many spell runes are there? Screams.
Oh, counterspell, but you don't know that it's coming.
Yeah.
The trap.
The cancel magic.
And Druid.
Cancel magic. Yeah.
Yes, cancel magic. Thank you. Yes. See, I know all of the cards. It's just the card names. I'm still learning them.
Of course.
But ask me in a year, and I still won't know them. So
Oh.
I still don't know all the card names in Duelist, and I played that forever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I wonder what they're going to be doing at this point.
The only decks we've seen Take It have success with were the rabbits.
Yep.
But we know Nalka is bringing in some form of a solution for that. Very hard to say what both of these guys are going to be doing and bringing to the table. I think Take It was trying to go for a bit of style with the I can do the mirror better, but now that he's pushed into this position, I think he has to consider what's going to get him a win here over style points.
I'm not actually sure. I think his assumption wasn't that he can do it better, but rather that he can last longer, which is why he was putting stuff in his deck that just increased the size of his deck while trying to force Nalka to get into milling, to start milling Nalka. I think what he didn't take into account was he would still need a solution to the screams.
Yes.
And so just the addition of maybe an elephant or something like that would have been good enough. Like I say that as if it's a full answer, but it's not really. But it kind of like stops about 20 points of damage.
Yeah.
So it helps. That's it. I mean, maybe he was just like, I'm better than you.
That could be. I could be. Uh,
I
and
think
with
he was going. I think he was taking a um, he was making a decision based off of what he thought was going to win against the deck.
hmm
All right, let's jump in. It started already. Take it, boy, on
as
left.
oh, it's another mirror of Crusader and undead. So most likely a repeat of what we had just seen. So strap
Mm-hmm.
in, folks. We're here for a ride. If you
Yep.
haven't been strapped in already for the last hour.
Yeah, well, it's just one more hour, okay? And then we're done. All right, we see the Reaper. So
Reaper
now
on
we
take
have a
side.
bit more information. It's on Take It side.
Yeah.
All right.
So some
Okay.
potentially tombstone synergy coming up from there. Nalka
Hmm.
opting to not run said tombstones, but again, we don't know about the mind games going on here. We just don't know. Uh,
Pass.
turn one pass expected. I don't think either of these guys are running a turn two
Peasant.
play. Oh boy.
I know what's happening here. Yep.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, I'm
Oh my
good.
god. Here we
Oh,
go.
geez.
Here
Yep.
we go.
Okay. Trade. Yep. Peasant. Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
huge, huge.
Call me psychic.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yo.
Nostradamus. War cow. Okay, that's different.
All right, cow coming up here. It's the early game play here, so respect it.
It's really nice to not see a peasant every turn for 6 turns.
So it's so relieving. Priest coming in here, buffing the depot.
Oh, unfortunately, buffing the depot instead of the castle.
That's big.
Yep. There's a trade going in with a war cow against the peasant. We can assume that another unit is coming down, so that if Nalka wants to trade into the cow, his Reaper is going to be 4/3, and that's pretty large actually.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to get that depot now that it's 7 health. Yeah.
Curse of Death coming up from Nalka's side, inflicting takes cards with a -8, -8.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is yet, but we'll hopefully find out in the coming turns.
I do think it probably should be revealed what card it is because Nalka sees it and TakeItBoy sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, wait, TakeItBoy doesn't see it. Never mind. It shouldn't be revealed. I take it back. I mean, it should be revealed for us.
Yes, let us know, please. War cow into priest, healing up.
Yeah.
Into the peasant now.
Body blocking for against the supply depot. That supply depot being pretty important in control matchup like this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And of course, peasant now and take it boy side to pass.
With 3 gold.
Huge.
Yeah. Nalka on 6 gold. Doing what? Is
Peasant
it just
pass.
peasant pass? Could be.
That's currently my assumption. I could be wrong here. I
I
hope
mean,
I'm
it's
wrong.
possible he plays an Earth Knight. It's possible.
That's true.
Heaven Claw. All right.
With the
He
charge.
goes for the kill.
Okay. Listen, I respect it. It's a different play than what we were expecting.
Absolutely.
Heaven Claw is, of course, a chonky lad as well. 5/7, still remaining on the board with 3 HP. Take has some options here. Joft is the option of choice.
I don't think I've seen a Joff in a while. And look at that. 9 mana. I believe he just lost an End of Days.
If
'Cause
so,
I don't believe he's
brutal.
running Swordsman.
Or Genevieve, maybe. Regardless, anything you hit in the
Yes.
9 gold slot is a brutal loss.
Yeah.
Oof.
I think the most brutal would actually be the End of Days if he's playing the full control list.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Take
But he
going
does
to-
have a ton of mana.
You're right. And in doing so, Dracula gets popped by the incoming Angel of War.
Yeah. Tons of tombstones. We know TakeItBoy is built around them this time.
Mm-hmm. We have no idea if maybe a corpse explosion could be in the works for either player.
Could be. Could be he's trying to get even. Oh, look at that.
Angel on Angel violence.
Yeah.
Quite the
This is
devastating.
the beginning of
effect
the
here.
end.
Let's see how Take's gonna respond to a
16 gold open. Baptism of Fire
Oh.
to do yet again. I'm not sure playing it right now is reasonable, just because Nalka is going on 9. I think what he wants to do is follow up full removal, or full board removal, with a 16 or an 18 mana play. So
yes,
I think
that would be
TakeItBoy is going to be
ideal.
pretty slow until some kind of full board clear hits. Frog Prince coming down.
Surprised we kept it in the deck, knowing that there was a bit of a deck out strategy in the last game.
Yeah, it's true. Angel of War coming down again. He's going to be denying some draw here by hitting the... Oh, he's thinking. What?
Nope,
Okay.
There it goes.
Okay.
It's just the tombstones that are a bit annoying here. It takes it to have to manipulate that somehow, whether or not he just starts pinging them with the peasant. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be the play here.
It is. Yep.
Dipping into the mana well to pull out another peasant as well.
Not too much of a cost there with 7 extra gold as treasures.
Of course. Drac pinging the angel for a Baptism of Nalka zone.
Look at the power of baptism. It is so strong.
Absolutely.
First point of damage. Down to 29 Alka. How does it feel?
Must be absolutely devastating. Oh, right. There's a good assumption by... Oh!
Oh!
Elephant.
That was a good call on the War Elephant.
All right. Angel, elephant gone from the equation
Yeah.
here. Very nice.
So that was TakeItBoy's solution, and it's gone.
Absolutely.
I think it was a little early on the War Elephant, though. But I'm glad he took it out now, because if
better
you
to
found
learn
out
now
later-
that your elephants actually dead in your hand than
That's right.
than when you need it. As the peasant gets shot by the Dracula's castle. Priest as well, healing up said castle by the intended target there. Beautiful work
Up
by
to
the priest.
32. Another Frog Prince hits the board. Interesting. TakeItBoy has 1 additional card in the deck compared to Nalka because of all the Angel of Wars. Everybody has so many cards. No. Okay.
You worried about something, huh?
So, well, I was under the impression that he was just going to peasant pass on 10.
There was no way. Please.
So Madness
For the love of God.
is just making him draw cards. Really. And so, is Nalka going to be able to finish the game before? And the thing is, he was very much able to do that before. Welcome, BMW. There is 1 more elephant in TakeItBoy's deck. We know this. Well, we don't, but there should be 1 more.
Explosion!
Wow, and it does... What? It didn't even... Did it touch the... I don't know.
Didn't really kill anything else. I mean, it did 1 damage across the board, or 3 damage across the board, but still not enough to actually take things out, I believe.
Nalka about to lose a card from hand, or from the draw, because his hand is full. That's pretty good, actually.
Lucian as well for the follow-up here, giving all knights that +2/+2 in hand.
Yeah, hand is full. He burns a card off the top. We see that those tombstones are proving to be a little annoying, so that Lucian can't actually be taken out. In fact, he's killing the peasant. Probably. Well, I mean, it's inevitable that he draws 1 more card from this.
He has to play a card, because there's no way
Frog.
we're going to burn that much more Frog Prince. We can't afford to take... Yeah, there you go.
Alright, there we go.
Dispelled against the
Okay.
Earth Knight, which is probably okay. Angel of War wasn't doing anything anyways now, so...
he did actually put an additional 2 cards in his deck.
Whoa. There's a
That
play.
is, yeah, that's something. I mean, it's not unstoppable.
No, you're absolutely right. End of Days does clean this up.
Just, I don't even think we'd need to do that. I think a Witch Doctor could be fine. But if he's trading like this, maybe he... Wow, he's hitting... Huh.
Most likely preparing
If
something.
if he uses End of Days, I think TakeItBoy just doubles down and uses all those treasures.
Yep, I think that might be the case, but we'll see if Nalka's pushed to that area, to that limit. Doctor.
There's the Doctor.
On board.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going for it right off the top. That's something else. Yeah.
Very curious there. I mean, getting the health back on Castle, but crucially, not using the damage against his opponent.
He's trying to apply some damage to TakeItBoy because he realizes that TakeItBoy is going for a decking strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees that his deck is clearly smaller.
Nice Curse of the Moon there onto the Angel of War. Now both Angel and Earth Knight will make the trade. Zethic kind of lost in the shuffle. Can't really do a lot right now, so he's just going to be hanging out here with us.
Yeah, he's just going to be a token movable tombstone.
She's not wrong.
Blocking things, just to make sure things hit the guide, just as a guide. Like
yes.
What do you call those? Construction cones? It's like, no, you move that way.
Yeah, exactly. Like traffic cones. Yeah.
Traffic cone, yeah, thank you.
There's now Grave Knight coming out from Nalka.
I expect Nalka is just going to go swing it. He's playing a defensive game here, I guess. Wait. No, this is TakeItBoy.
Yes.
My bad. I was like, why isn't he going back and swinging into this this supply depot? I'm like, wait, those belong to the same guy.
Yep. Ice Ray coming out now from the Dragon Knight, taking out the remaining zombie. The Cleric popping out as well. A lot of these knights are healthier thanks to Lucian, so hopefully...
quite a bit healthier.
Yeah, hopefully we can use them longer than a turn.
Isn't this supposed to be 2/2? What is... The Anvor Cleric, right? It's a 2/2.
Well, not... Yeah, the Angel of War and the Lucian coming in here to make a Cleric that's 5/5.
Yeah. That's quite something. They're massive.
Absolutely. And you see now Dark Mirror going to be the response. Not hitting the Angel.
Because of...
Zethic!
Right.
The movable tombstone
I knew we
token.
kept you around for something.
You're right. You're absolutely correct there. Zethic's absorbing one of the Dark Mirror madness shots. Now, depending on how this works, this still could be a bit of a brutal Dark Mirror, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it's not going to be the case.
It's possible that the 5/5 swings into the... No.
Yeah. Exactly that. Angel of War left untouched here. The 5/2 Dragon Knight now left to its own devices.
Okay.
Grave Knight, of course, being frozen, so madness will not affect him, keeping him in the same spot and crucially not removing the Knight of Flowers.
He develops a Flame Knight that's also massive. He's playing a full Knight deck.
Feels like it. Lucian, Angel of War, getting buffs to all of these big knights seems quite handy. And with Nalka, I feel like we're running out of madness enablers, so the responses to these big knights ultimately decrease more and more.
We still haven't seen an End of Days, though.
We have not.
So, this board is starting to get a little bit dangerous, but it's still kind of even.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like TakeItBoy is actually... The position is a little weird, his Angel of War.
Mm-hmm.
It means he's trying to keep it out of range, but it's of a Grave Knight that's frozen. Hmm. I'm actually not sure why he positioned it there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dispel
That's
against
cool.
the Dragon Knight, removing the +2/+2 stat line, means that Dragon Knight will bite the bullet. Into Sunflower from one of the knights, ping for 1 on the castle. You can still play the other Sunflower as well, which we do of course do, because we want to keep our hands somewhat spacey so we don't start burning more cards.
The Angel of War can just run back and kill the 2/4,
Sunflower,
this,
the Knight of Flowers,
not
yeah.
the Sunflower. Yes, the Knight of Flowers. I think that was a small mistake.
Of course, the Mana Core facing the Blade of the Flame Knight.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of even.
Certainly, I would be inclined to agree with you there. White Knight, Peasant being spawned here. Back to Nalka.
Both players actually starting to dip into the cards in their hands, though. So this is Nalka still has more cards in hand at 8, but TakeItBoy is actually down to 5, I believe. I can't see. No,
Take it down to 6 cards in hand, and Nalka to 8. By the looks of it.
That said, TakeItBoy's deck is 5 cards larger, but I'm not sure that this game is going to go to
the lengths that it has before. You believe?
Yeah, there's actual power on the board.
Mm-hmm. Angel for
And
Nalka.
I believe TakeItBoy might have lost his End of Days.
Yes. Or at least one of them.
Yes, that's true.
Angel of War being popped by the Grave Knight here, still maintaining its guardianship to prevent the Flame Knight from dealing any more damage. Sunflower retreating back just in case he is going to be proven wrong. Ping for castle damage.
Ping to the face.
And that is a pass back on Take It side.
There is still no Dracula on TakeItBoy's side.
Yep. Still producing peasants out of our castle here, which kind of helps. Drain life into the Angel.
All right.
Sunflower being popped by the Flame Knight.
Again, board still seems kind of even.
Another Flame Knight.
Come down. All right.
Ooh.
TakeItBoy's hand looking like it's down to 5 now.
Yes, I believe that is the case. He's using quite a bit of resources per turn, while Nalka isn't now as much. I mean, still maintaining 8 cards in hand after all. Grave Knight being pushed forward.
Trading into the Knight and using the ping to clear it off. That's really good on his part.
Beautiful work there.
He has to develop something on the top left of his castle. Or have a Guardian set up. That's also quite good.
Yep, Grave Knight, of course, doing some great things. Shielding the castle even further. Flame Knight able to hit the depot, which might be an option we go for. Takes contents if the hand are lower, so it wouldn't hurt to take the extra card.
It is kind of interesting also that Nalka is running Grave Knight.
Yes.
With no... He can't create tombstones.
Well, I think the 6/9 Grave Knights are from Angel.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's true. There's a buff on it.
Yes. Same with the Frog Prince here that we've been seeing at 3/5. Was pointed out earlier that those are also coming from Angel as
that's
they're
a knight?
naturally 2/4. Yes, Frog Princes are knights.
Yes, that makes sense.
Madness against the Flame Knight here. Peasant being removed, forcing the interaction between the Frog Prince and the Flame Knight. Very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Grave Knight opting to be a bit more aggressive here, clearing up some tombstones so Take can't respond with them. Also nice.
Another Frog Prince coming down. Both of them being produced.
Of course. 2 more tombstones on the board here. We go back to Take's turn.
You know, there's still a 0-2 on the board.
Zethic has endured this long, and I'm sure we'll see him go all the way, regardless of who wins or loses.
I actually feel like it's out of position because he can just use a swordsman and go back there and start swinging.
Yep.
There, okay, that's better, I think.
Nice. 2 Witch Doctors coming in here now to block for this incoming damage against the castle. Jack's looking to potentially ping bottom tombstone, open up the way. Grave Knight smacking into the depot, killing it off
Getting a
completely.
card looks good. They both understand that this game is going to go long.
Mm-hmm.
That said, TakeItBoy's quite behind at this point. 5 cards. Well, it's still the same 5 cards. He's using the same number of cards every turn. 1.
Curse of Death now
Curse
coming
of
back.
Death.
Oh.
Oof.
Seeing
That's a
if we can
big
hit
oof.
anything in Take's hand. I think Take kind of quickly just cycling through his units, seeing what could potentially be options for him to lose. As both players here still on the edge of their seats. Frog Prince
Wow.
eliminated from the Witch Doctor AoE.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice, I think. The Witch Doctor could just push forward and start swinging.
Yep. Would be evening out the HP on the castles there. And yeah, a pass back into Take's turn allows him to do just that.
I don't think it's enough to just swing into the 4-3. It seems like it's missing a little oomph, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. There is currently nothing that the Witch Doctor AoE can really affect. I mean, it would say trade with the Grave Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing it anyway.
Okay.
We are strapped for options, maybe potentially. So
Frog Prince. All right, that's another created Frog Prince. That's a lot of created Frog Princes.
Most of this match has been developed thanks to generated Frog Princes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to see, but it's something.
I did say it was going to be an hour-long match, did I not?
You were right. As a quick check,
break all of this.
Quick check on the deck size here. Nalka at 6 in deck, 8 cards in hand. Take it at 10 in deck, 7 in hand.
Really, 7 in hand.
7 in hand. You can't really tell that from how we're looking, but Dwarven Miner coming out. Peasant to follow. Just trying to push in as much as he can. Unfortunately, I just realized that Shiva will take out Zethic.
What a shame.
The most devastating loss, I believe, in
yes,
this
the
entire
most
series.
devastating loss, of course. The 0-2, hanging on by a thread. Winds of the North. That's something.
Winds pushing the Shiva into play here. Shiva delivering 8 to face.
That's something else. Baptism of Fire.
Against the Dwarven Miner?
Just to make sure that he doesn't have enough damage.
I guess so. I also thought Zethic was a fine option for the tombstones, but sure.
That's true.
We could have had an extra, how many tombstones, but maybe the peasants would have eliminated them at that point, so. Grave Knight in response here.
Yep.
Frog Prince dealing 3 here. We're kind of ignoring the Shiva the best we can by the looks of it. Peasants on the move here. They could interact with the tombstones, choosing not to.
Yeah, I wonder what that means. I think the drain life here is interesting. Can he double?
Can the
Baptism off of a drained Grave Knight, allowing him to hit face for 8 yet again.
And bringing this game dangerously close to an end here, as that Shiva would only need 1 more shot. Pushing it back, the smart play to protect it from all of these other advanced units. This might be the game end here. If, teleport even. Further protect his castle. Even gets the Shiva guardianship on the castle.
He's literally using the castle to protect his Shiva. That's
Insane.
hilarious.
Insane.
I believe this is an end of days if he has it.
It has to be. Despite him losing the majority of the board,
Yeah.
the Shiva here is a game ender, which we currently have no response to.
I'm not sure what's in the deck that could stop this. A guardian of some kind, of course, but... I'm confused.
Zombies moving back and around here. Sure. Tombstone's being removed. Revenger still is enough for end of days, but it feels like he doesn't have it.
Dwarven Revenger is a guardian.
It is. Grave Knight played up at the bottom there to...
Oh. So if he has one solution to the Grave Knight, he loses.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
For those who don't know, Shiva down here beside the Grave Knight is also going to be dealing 2 damage to all enemies. So it also does clear a majority of Takeit's board here. Zombies, peasants, all just disappearing.
The Shiva doesn't actually die though, right? Because the
No,
Shiva
not right
trades
now.
into a Grave Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
But on the subsequent turn, he'll be able to trade things in. All of these are going to die after he swings into Dracula's castle, and then the Dwarven Revenger is going to be huge.
Mm-hmm. That's if we don't have the game ender for Grave Knight right here. We saw a Drain Life and a Baptism.
You see a Manticore, it's game over.
Yeah. End of days.
End of days.
All of the damages being calculated here.
Indeed. Screams of the Fallen.
Into Screams. Does Nalka have 6 face damage in hand? Or does he have to start playing cards?
I believe this is a War Elephant.
I believe, yeah. Nalka shuffling through some cards here. Not immediately playing the elephant is concerning unless he's just doing some math in hand.
Could also be that it is actually just
Grave Knight. Oh no.
Oh no, that's enough.
It is?
That was 28, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it was enough.
Okay. Everything else being dealt to castle here, it looks like. 7 HP remains.
It's about even.
Just about.
TakeItBoy, it's your turn. Time for Screams.
Time for Screams Part 2. Please tell me you stole it. Nope.
Who was it that played 2 Screams? It was Nalka.
Yeah, it was Nalka.
Right?
You stole off the depot.
So this time it's supposed to be TakeItBoys.
It's only fair. Come on now. But in this case, still a lethal position. I mean, playing the Screams here does just mean you might... You would survive by 1 at the current base damage, but I think Take has to have something for that, right? Genevieve.
Genevieve? Yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
That's a Grave Knight off of the spawn there with the Priest.
Priest isn't bad either. I mean, it's fine.
Opting to leave Tombstone alive.
Indeed. Baptism of Fire.
Yoinking Grave Knight.
All right. Getting another Grave Knight, but unable to play it.
Well, I mean, there are actually some options here for Take It, because he still has his mighty teleport now.
That's true. That's true.
He's debating. He's looking back and forth. Does he commit to the teleport? He does.
Of course.
Take is calling for a GG.
I don't know if he's saying he's lost or... Oh, wow. His War Elephant destroyed.
War Elephant popped here. Open for a Screams turn on Nalka's side. 41 damage off of the Screams.
That is unfortunate. Now, it is possible he has another elephant. No, wait. That's 2 elephants, right?
I don't know if that's the case here. Regardless, Norabon, Cemetery, Tombstone Summoning.
Well, the cow is not even being hit. That's terrible.
There's the cow kill. A little too late,
GG
probably.
for nalka.
Deck empty. That was... Oh,
And for Take It Boy. A very long series today. But it's